Hi there. So, in this video, I was supposed to continue the access role configuration, but I realized that we wouldn't test successfully because I didn't configure yet a rule to allow our internal network to access the external network. And let me show you the diagram. So in order for this network 10110 to leave the gateways and to reach all other networks that are beyond these gateways, we have to enable a feature named NAT. Okay, and this feature allows to the gateways to translate, to hide this network into a different network that is reachable in this side. For instance, we have here 10110 network, and on this side we have 203.0.113.0 network. Okay, so this router and this gateway, they aren't aware of this network. So if we try to reach, for instance, this router, we won't have success. Okay, so I can try this right now. 254. Okay, and the reason is because this host, he doesn't know this network. He only knows his gateway, so he's sending to his gateway, and his gateway is sending the packet to the router, but the router doesn't know this internal network. So we have to allow somehow this network to be reachable here, and the feature that allow us to do that is NAT. And checkpoint, it has three flavors, if we can say, of NAT. We have static NAT, we have hide NAT, and we have also static NAT with port. Is if your background is from networking from Cisco, this is known as PAT. Okay, so it's translation using port. Okay, and what we're going to do, we're going to configure here is going to be the hide net. Hide net means that we're going to hide a group of networks to a single IP address. Okay, so in this case, what we're going to do, we're going to hide this 10.1.1 network behind the gateway's IP address. In this case, the gateway IP address is 203.113.1. Okay, and the way we do it, we can do it two ways. We can either create this, make this change directly on the object we want. For instance, this object, the network 10.1.1.0, and we click here on that, and we select add automatic address translation rules, and we select hide and hide behind the gateway. So this option will hide the 10.1.1 network behind the gateway IP address, or we can select another IP address that we want. Okay, so I'm going to select this option, hide behind the gateway, and press OK. Okay, and if I want, let me show you, I can even specify, oh look, just enable for the gateway cluster. Okay, and would still work. Okay, by enabling this feature, Checkpoint created for us two additional rules. And these rules are called net rules, and we can check this in this tab, and we see these two rules, they were automatically added. But if we wanted, we could add these rules by ourselves. So we would get here and select new rule below. We can't allow rules in the automatic section, so we all the manual rules we would add here. Okay, let's add a rule for our management server. And first we have to add a host that will represent our management server facing the internet. And this can be, I'll use this notation, 203.0.3. I think this IP is available. Let me just check that. Because this is 203.1.2.3.254, and I'm not sure about gateway 3. Let me check. Gateway 3, its IP address is going to be 100. Okay, so we can select 101 for our management server. Okay, and I'll change the color, and it will tell me that this is a not so secure network. Select OK, and now I can say SMS to internet. Okay, and the source, and whenever our management server is trying to reach any destination, keep the ports and translate the source to this host. The destination keep the same, don't change, and the ports. And you notice here a slight difference. Here we have S and here we have H. Okay, so this is the major difference between hide and static if you're looking at the net rules. Okay, and this means that we are allowing this just in one direction. Okay, now if we want the traffic from the internet to reach the gateway, to reach the management server, we have to add another rule. Okay, but for now I'm just going to leave like this. So we only want to allow outbound. Okay, and now let's install these changes. You might also notice that I have changed a bit our policy here. Let me install this first. Okay, I have added HTTPS port and ICMP requests just to test ping and HTTPS. And I've added also two hosts to our topology, and one of them is an AD host, and the other one is a guest. And now it's done. Okay, so everything should be working by now. So if we jump over to this PC and we say ping, okay, and we have reachability. So it means that this host IP address, and I can show you guys. So 10.1.1.11 is being translated to the gateway IP address. And this 8888, it's actually this router. So it's not reaching the internet, but I created this just for testing. And we can also confirm this by looking here in the logs and monitor tab, where we get to see all the logs, and we can search specifically for our host, and I believe that's 11. and we should see something. Okay, this is some logs, and here. Okay, and we can see that it's passing through gateway 1 because it's the active gateway, and this is the source IP. Okay, this is PC name, this is the user, so I get to see who and from where the network. And what else we have here, and we can see that it's been translated to this IP and which rule it's hitting. Let me see if I can get more details. So in my net rule, actually, that's yes, it's been accepted. So that's okay, and we can test from guest PC as well. Another difference between guest PC and CRP PC is that CRP I have configured static IP address, and for guest PC it's running DHCP. So it's 10.1.1 and it should and it's working, and we can confirm this here also. 202. We can see that traffic is being allowed successfully. Okay, so actually now we can test also from our management server, but at this point we already know it's going to work. And that should be okay. So our net rule is working, our policy is working, everything is fine. So see you guys in the next one.